Welcome to the Six Hockey pregame show. I'm Thomas West alongside Liam Crothers getting you set for the Toronto Junior Canadiens versus the Toronto Titans. And this is an interesting matchup because the Junior Canadiens are a team that can easily roll over teams, blow them out as we've seen a couple times in this regular season. But the Titans beat them their last time out, and that's an interesting matchup because they think that they actually match up pretty well against the Junior Canadiens.
Well, I think you would too. We've seen that the Toronto Junior Canadiens have a ton of front-end potential. They've got talented blue liners. Their goaltender is more than capable of stopping pucks that come his way. But in that first game, as you mentioned, the Titans were able to take one from them. And it's an interesting diversity of talent between the two teams because, the Toronto Titans do a certain area of the game well, and the Junior Canadiens do their areas of the game well. So it's going to be interesting how things match up the second time around.
And the thing that makes the Junior Canadiens so good and why they've been so powerful is their offense. So let's take a look at an offensive line that's going to be important for them today.
This is an interesting combination, though. This line isn't going to put up all of the goals that, maybe we're used to seeing from the Junior Canadiens, but Luke Malkasian, Nicholas Sima, and Frankie Bruno are all more than capable of playing their game. Luke Malkasian, he's a fast skater and effective passer. What we don't feature here is the fact that he's got great hands. I mean, down in front of the net, that's where he's really successful because he's able to put pucks towards the net off of redirections. That makes life very difficult for goaltenders. Frankie Bruno, very similar. He does a lot of his play down in the dirty areas, and that's an area that, this Junior Canadiens team doesn't have a lot of on the top end, so a guy like Frankie Bruno fills that role very effectively. Sima, he's a big guy. He's built for this game. He's a smart player in terms of positioning, and he's got a really good shot, too. And, like Bruno and like Malkasian, he's able to get himself into those dirty areas down low and put the pucks in the net from there, and it's a nice style of play that contrasts with their top lines because their top lines have a bunch of shooters, and this line is really effective in those dirty areas. And when you have both of those, it makes life really tough for defenders.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Sima shoot the puck today. I'm hoping he gets some opportunities to do that. Let's go to the other side, the offense now for the Toronto Titans.
Yeah, and this is an interesting composition of players as well. Carson, McGuire, Ethan Robinson, and Edward Downey, they all play a different role, but similar to what we saw from the Junior Canadiens. This line isn't a ton of top-end potential that are going to buy you with their shot or the way that they move the puck through the neutral zone, but they play very effectively in their own zone and in the offensive zone as well. Carson McGuire, he's a physical player, but he's also a playmaker. He doesn't mind throwing the body and then picking the puck up, making a nice pass, a nice feed to his teammates. Ethan Robinson, he's another guy that's kind of like Malkasian. He's effective at tipping pucks, doesn't mind getting himself into those dirty areas. And Edward Downey, another guy that really is effective in front of the net. So when you see a scrum, Robinson, Downey, or McGuire are all equally as likely to be right in there, jamming the puck home, trying to squeak it past the netminder for the Toronto Junior Canadiens.
Yeah, let's talk about that ability to tip pucks because I think it makes both Robinson and Downey kind of sneaky good and sneaky valuable players to their team. That's the game plan of the Titans all game. They love to get the puck back to the defense. We know they got some good shots on the back end there, which we'll talk about in a minute. But being able to tip the puck in front of the net against a strong goaltender, that makes them a very valuable asset.
Yeah, and it's harder to stop those sudden deflections than it is to stop the shots where you see the man coming in all the way. You can square yourself up to the shooter and, try to pick out where he's going to try to fire the puck past you. Those tips are a little bit more difficult because, as we saw for both of those lines, it's all about putting one or two, maybe even three bodies out in front of the net. And, a redirection off of a shot that you don't see initially is incredibly hard to stop. We've seen it at every level of hockey. If a goaltender can see the puck up at the point, he knows when he's supposed to drop down because he can time it. If he doesn't have that opportunity to see the puck, he's a sitting duck. If that puck squeaks right through his pads or if it takes a deflection the other way, there's nothing that you can do about that. And that's what makes the players that we've seen for the forward groups for both of these teams so effective down low.
Making the defensemen for the Junior Canadiens very important as well, as they are the people who are going to be trying to get out people like Robinson and Downey from the front of the net. So who's going to be important on defense for the Canadiens?
This pair is more than capable. Finn Harding and Darren Wilson are both incredibly balanced defenders. Harding is the complete package. I really like the way that this guy plays. He's more than capable of jumping up in the rush. We've seen a couple of times where he breaks in or receives the puck up high and takes it back down low, and they cycle play around that way. Darren Wilson, a little bit more defensively inclined, but that's not to take away from his offensive game. You can see these guys split up occasionally if the coach decides that he wants a little bit more balance between the top end and the second pair. But when these guys are together, that's where they really make their magic because Darren Wilson can drop back in favor of Harding jumping forward, and both guys can keep players out of their own zone.
In a similar pairing as well for the Toronto Titans.
Yeah, and this is a different set of players than we saw for the Junior Canadiens because Benny Zuquette, he's defensively responsible and he kills penalties. Brendan Gilmore, very similar. He holds the blue line well, but he's a bit more mobile than Zuquette is, and we've seen a couple times that number 4 will receive a pass maybe from Petrovsky, or if they're working on the power play, Gilmore has no problem squeaking into areas where he's left alone, and he can bury the puck from there. I mean, he's not a guy that you want to sleep on sitting at the point because he's a very smart player, and he moves himself into those positions. His mobility and his skating make him effective like that. And Zuquette, when Gilmore decides to jump up into the play, has no problem covering any potential 2-on-1s coming back the other way.
So let's touch on those net front battles as well, because I think that's going to be an important aspect of this game if the Titans are going to get their offense going, because that's where they like to play their game. Finn Harding and Darren Wilson, we mentioned, are going to be important in that, but they're not the biggest guys. So how are they going to be able to get players out from the front of the net and make sure they defend their goaltender?
Positioning and craftiness. Those are the two keys if you don't have the size advantage on your man. James Petrovsky, no problem with him. If you stand yourself in front of him, he'll push you out of the way, no problem. Goaltender sees the puck the whole time. But for guys that are a little bit smaller like Harding and like Wilson, it's more about the stick checking. It's knowing when the puck may be making its way towards that player, being able to lift the stick and gain body position. So you're always going to see when those scrambles happen in front, players battling, trying to move themselves into the right position, trying to take away the angle, try to make sure that they have the leverage, because if that puck lands right on your stick, you need to make sure that A, the player that's next to you doesn't grab it from you, and B, that you're able to clear it out effectively.
Okay, and finally, the last line of defense, the goalie matchup tonight.
Kowatsch and Branton, we've mentioned before that these goaltenders, I think personally, are two of the top goaltenders in the GTHL. They do things a little bit differently, though. Kowatsch has that flair for the dramatic. He loves to make those massive blocker saves, those massive glove saves, moves left to right really effectively. It's not to take away from Josh Branton, though, but they play a little bit differently. Kowatsch, as I mentioned, the flair for the dramatic, but Josh Branton's more methodical. He's got the same routine after every play. A drink of water, goes right to left in his crease, sets himself up wherever the play is going to be. It's the difference there that, it's just something that the players in front of them, it's always the confidence that they instill, right? As a goaltender, you want to make sure that you're stopping the pucks that you should be stopping. Both of these guys can do that and more. It's just that they go about it different ways.
Okay, so we're really looking forward to getting to watch this one. Myself, Thomas West, and Liam Crothers will be on the call. We appreciate you tuning in to the pregame show, and we'll get to the action right after this. Welcome to the Scotiabank Pond for the Toronto Junior Canadiens versus the Toronto Titans. Thomas West alongside Liam Crothers, and quite a run these Toronto Junior Canadiens have been on. On September 22nd, the Junior Canadiens lost 3-2 to the Titans. It's currently November 23rd, and they haven't lost a game since.
2 months. That is impressive. This Junior Canadiens team is filled with talent, top to bottom. And in goal, it's no slouch either. We're going to get into that a little bit later when we look at the goaltending matchup. This is going to be a fun game for sure and a tough test for the Toronto Titans.
I should mention as well, the only loss the Junior Canadiens have taken this year has been against the Titans as well. So this is a team that has been fantastic all season. It's not just a long run they've been on, and we can credit the offense for that. They have a very strong offensive line.
Oh, yeah, and, you look at both sides. The offense is more than capable. There are a couple names that you're going to look at. For the Titans, Kerry Terrence, Denver Barkey, Alex Weiermair, Mitchell Brooks, they're all guys that you expect to contribute to the lineup in some way, whether that be playmaking or scoring the goals themselves. And on the other side, Carson Rehkopf, a suspected top 5 pick for the Junior Canadiens. Luca Pinelli, he's another strong player. Anthony Romani as well. You could go on and on about both of the lines that you're going to see in this game from both teams. They're just both equally talented. And you mentioned the one loss that the Junior Canadiens have came from these Toronto Titans.
As I believe we are just about set for puck drop, as both teams going for more of a defensive line to start things off. Doyle and Carson McGuire, Carey Terrence as well. He can put the puck in the back of the net. But it should be an offensive filled game, two strong teams, two good goaltenders as well. Josh Branton versus Ethan Kowatsch. And we've seen Branton be quite brilliant on quite a few occasions. So we'll see if it's the offense or the goaltending battle that breaks through today. All right, here we go. Puck is dropped, and the Junior Canadiens are going to win that draw straight forward, play it all the way into the Titan zone. As a battle for it at the corner. And the puck is back out through center ice. Flipped up ahead. Carey Terrence was on that one. Checked at the boards. Doyle was in there trying to fish that puck out. Wilson is in front of the net. Played up once again. Doyle's going to try and dump that puck out of the zone. Can't quite do it. Taken back the other way by the Junior Canadiens. Throwing out in front, and Kowatsch just gloved that one away. Line change for the Junior Canadiens. They're back out there. Luca Pinelli trying to create a turnover there in center ice. Shot is high and wide. Josh Branton and Antonio Rizzo, they split time. We'll see Branton have the slight edge in that department, but always interesting watching the goaltending battle. Josh Branton and Antonio Rizzo, when he plays, always playing for minutes.
Yeah, and it's always important for a goaltender whenever you come in to play strong to give yourself the best opportunity to be picked next time around. And Rizzo and Branton, as you mentioned, they split time, and maybe it's a question of who's got the hotter hand.
Luca Pinelli out there on the line with Frankie Bruno trying to create some offensive pressure. It's back to the point and promptly dumped right back in by the defenseman of the Junior Canadiens. Down low, Robinson is breaking up the wing, but the pass was too far for him, all the way down the ice for an icing. Well, I guess we could highlight the play of Luca Pinelli early on as looking to get drafted in the OHL. Got a great shot.
Yeah, and his brother already in the OHL, he was drafted. Luca Pinelli, a bit on the smaller side, but he's a tremendous playmaker. He's got good hands and good speed as well.
Puck is played back to the point now. Fired just wide of the net. Junior Canadiens are trying to get that one back into the zone. That's exactly what they do. Ethan Kowatsch plays that one around the glass. Now it's played right back out in front. Frankie Bruno was on that. Back the other way come the Titans, trying to create a turnover. Behind the net now. Thrown around, Denver Barkey gets that one down low. Played out around the boards. Kowatsch, a bit of a 2-on-1 developing. Big shot there from Pinelli. And it's 1-0 Junior Canadiens. Oh, what a shot there, picking it up high on the blocker side of Kowatsch.
Quite a way to break the seal. Luca Pinelli streaks in here on the right side, looks off his man and rips it right over the glove of Kowatsch. And not sure there's much that you can do there as a goaltender. He absolutely picks the corner, a little curl and drag. And it's so nice to see that puck hit one side, end up on the other. That's a really quick start here for the Junior Canadiens. 1 shot, 1 goal. And I mean, we're only 2 minutes into this thing.
Well, there we go. 1-0 Junior Canadiens. What a shot there over top of Kowatsch. The puck is played around once again, right back into the middle for the Junior Canadiens. That one just goes wide past the outstretched glove of the netminder for the Toronto Titans. Played in once again. Big pad save by Kowatsch. Spinning shot, and Petrovsky is going to go fish that one out of the corner. Played right back out in front, down low now. Petrovsky has it for the Titans and plays it across the red line. Carson McGuire bodying his way into the zone, finds himself below the goal line. As the puck is flipped off the glass, gets through center ice. Controlling it in their own zone are the Titans, looking for a breakout pass. And the pass was too far for everyone, and it goes down for an icing. So it'll be another offensive zone face-off for the Junior Canadiens, who have, well, controlled most of the pressure in the early stages of this game. They got the shot from number 44, Pinelli. As the puck is played back to the point now. Down low, Luke McNamara. Working on that one, finds himself in the corner. Now it's played back out through center. Junior Canadiens will be able to dump that one in, but chance to clear for the Titans, but tied up at the boards. Dante Siciliano trying to join the rush there. Now he's going to have to get back. No, that was Rehkopf. Rehkopf plays it down low. Zuchet. Pass cross crease. Couldn't find anyone. Back the other way come the Toronto Titans. Backhanded to the middle. Branton had to make the save, and he had to make 2 saves there. Found himself on his behind. As the play is all the way back down, the arm of Ethan Kowatsch is up, and another icing call.
A little bit of a scramble there for Josh Branton in his own crease. Wasn't sure where the puck was, and as a goaltender, you just got to make sure that you've covered both posts, and he does that there effectively as the puck squeaks around, and it'll come back into his zone now, so he's got to stay sharp.
Luca Pinelli, the only goal scorer in this game, will take a defensive zone draw for the Junior Canadiens. But loses it. Back to the point now. Tipped in front of the net. Denver Barkey was right on the doorstep of Branton, who kicked away the rebound. Now the puck is all the way back down the ice again. And another icing. So Josh Branton is keeping his team in it after, well, a couple big saves. And that's exactly what you need after scoring a goal. As the puck is going to be blocked, thrown out to the line. Just about a breakaway pass there for Sima, but he was offside, so he's going to have to retreat. Dante Siciliano will throw that one back out through center. Now it's played in once again. Thrown to the middle, and that one just scooted wide. Good defensive play in his own zone by Guo. Puck is thrown around down low now. Battle for it in the corner. Guo, after clearing that one off the... well, out of the blue paint at least. And the arm of the referee goes up. This could be a penalty.
Yeah, it looks like a penalty going to be coming up here against the Junior Canadiens down in the corner. Because the draw will come over to the dot and be taken in their zone. It's an opportunity for a good bounce back here from the Titans. Excuse me, not a penalty. Maybe just trying to get a change.
No, I think that was played with the high stick, I believe.
I see.
That's why the arm of the referee was up, and it's... nah, the refs aren't going to let him change. A little bit too late.
I don't know. 4 bodies on the ice. Looks like a power play.
All right, so here's an opportunity now for the Titans. As the puck is played across, D to D. Throwing down low. Working on it from the corner. Weiermair has it down low. Finds Barkey, who tries to rip a shot, blocked in front. Zane Perrick out there with Guo killing this penalty. Down low, Denver Barkey trying to play that one out front. Can't quite do it. Puck is played to the line. Does it get out? No, not quite, says the ref. Zane Perrick trying to rip that one around the boards. Brooks was hot on him, and now the Junior Canadiens will get it out. And going down in a corner was a Junior Canadian. I believe he fell on the puck, so that's going to be another whistle.
Yeah, nice little play by Petrovsky there to try to hold the line and keep things out of their end of the neutral zone. He chipped the puck up and got into a little bit of a puck battle there. And the draw will come outside of the Junior Canadian zone, but still on their side of the neutral zone.
And here comes big Carson Rehkopf to come help kill off this penalty. He's most effective on the power play, but he's a skilled player. He can really do just about anything for you. Potential top 5, maybe number 1 draft pick. And the Junior Canadiens host an abundance of those top draft picks, as they are one of the most difficult teams in the league to play against just because of the immense amount of talent they have as that centering pass goes by. And Finn Harding is going to clear that one all the way down the ice. Still 4 bodies out there for the Junior Canadiens, so the power play continues for the Titans as they bring it through center. Now they've gained the zone. Pass it across, and a shot. That one was blocked in front. Back to the point now. Slap shot. Branton gets a glove on it, and, well, he kept it out of the back of the net, but it scoots into the corner. Battle for it there. Played back to the point. Petrovsky's out there. Point shot, and Branton will cover that one up.
Branton sees that one all the way, and he stops it easy enough. An interesting D pair that we saw there, Harding and Evan Cho. We don't talk about number 77 on the back line for the Junior Canadiens too much, but looks like Dave Donizio giving him the opportunity to kill penalties here, and he's doing it alongside one of the stronger defensemen that the Junior Canadiens have in Harding.
Yeah, Darren Wilson will take a lot of the penalty killing as well. Bouncing puck back in, and the aforementioned Wilson is going to whip that puck all the way out of the zone. Ethan Kowatsch back to grab it, but he's going to play it up quickly, trying to get something going. Robinson was up there looking for a stretch pass. And out of the penalty box comes a player for the Junior Canadiens as the puck is thrown up the glass. 3 Junior Canadiens will battle for that puck in the corner. Thrown all the way back around behind the net of Josh Branton. As Christian McCurry as well comes on, the defender for the Junior Canadiens. Across the red line, backhanded into the zone, all the way behind the net of Kowatsch. Picked up by Petrovsky, who throws it up the boards. Now it's played out just across the red line through center ice, but turned over to the Junior Canadiens, who try and get that one going back the other way. Puck is played down low. Petrovsky fires a long pass, hits his man. Puck is tipped into the zone, so the icing is negated. Cho fires it around for his defense partner. As it's played through center, looks like it's Guo and Wilson flying up there together. And the Junior Canadian goes down. Is that a slashing call?
It looked like McNamara hitting the ice and Mitchell Brooks following the referee. And likely that he'll be the one receiving the penalty in his own zone. So an opportunity for the Junior Canadiens to double their lead on their first power play opportunity of the game.
Chance for the Junior Canadiens to take a 2-0 lead, and Luke McNamara happy to be back from a wrist injury earlier in the season. As the puck is down low now, played, or looking to play it back out in front. Might have got a piece of the back of the net there. Reverse down low. Up high on the penalty power play here, Zane Perrick. Getting some time on the power play, Guo as well. Puck is played around to the far boards, and the Titans will take control of it, killing this penalty in their own zone, and Koukouves is promptly knocked down there by Perrick, who picks up the puck and gets it going the other way. Through center, Junior Canadiens having a little bit of trouble getting it out through the neutral zone, as Zuchet's going to step up and put that one deep. New power play line, going to shake things up here, see if they can't get some offensive zone time. Right to the middle, big pad save by Kowatsch, and that one went just wide. Thrown around the boards. Now it's played down low. Still 4 skaters out there for the Titans. Frankie Bruno has it. Now plays it over to Luca Pinelli. Battling for it in the corner now. Couple yellow sweaters in there. Radef is going to try and kick that one away. Zuchet chases it into the corner. Plays it all the way around the board. Still held in at the line by Guo. Puck still below the goal line, trying to get something out to the middle. As it was in a couple of skates. Shot high and blocked away there by Ethan Kowatsch. Right back out of the zone, and a kind of an awkward bounce off the end board, so Josh Branton will let that one go. Let a defender pick that one up, bring it back out the other way. Power play still continues, but just about over. Has another chance to clear. Man is out of the box, and once again we're 5-on-5, and here come the Titans. Right to the middle. Branton makes the save, rebound in front, and it's cleared away by Guo. Thrown across the red line. Junior Canadiens breaking in right to the middle. Good defensive play on the poke check. I believe that was Carson Rehkopf breaking his way in. Cho plays it across the ice. Now throwing it all the way behind the net of Ethan Kowatsch. Played right back out in front. Petrovsky plays that one back. Barkey has it the other way, and throwing all the way back in. Carson Rehkopf is going to go back and try and collect this one. Played up once again. Into the corner now. Barkey battling for that one. Now getting a line change as Robinson hops on, looking to forecheck that one, and he puts some pretty good pressure on there as it's played right back through the middle. Robinson has it. Working with it at the boards. Now Robinson's in the corner. Puck is thrown around. Alkazian flicks that one up in the air. And going down is a Junior Canadian, so it'll be taken the other way by the Toronto Titans, who turned it over at the offensive blue line. Finn Harding Plays it back to a couple Junior Canadiens who are tied up, so now they're going to have to turn back once again, and a man taken down in the corner as we see Josh Branton skating to the bench. So it'll be a power play coming up, and it's going to be in favor of the Junior Canadiens.
Yeah, and looked like a man was taken down in a red sweater along the corner. Can't say for sure who took the penalties.
Carson McGuire?
Carson McGuire. He tends to play on the physical side of things, and that's how he announces his presence. And in doing so, in that scenario, he takes the penalty. The draw will come into Ethan Kowatsch's zone on his right side, and now the Junior Canadiens will look to double this lead up on another power play opportunity after being unsuccessful on their first attempt.
Yeah, this is not how the Titans want to play this game. You don't want to be giving power play opportunities. As Christian McCurry starts things out from behind his own net, now he'll skate it up through center. Keep an eye out for number 16, Carson Rehkopf in the middle. Doyle is out there right now, though. Played right to the middle. Doyle just about had a chance. And it was turned aside by Ethan Kowatsch. 5-3 are the shots on goal. Lots of time left in this power play for the Junior Canadiens, who have it set up now at the blue line. Now they'll play it down. Doyle was looking for a tip in front of the net. Still a good save either way there from Kowatsch, who plays that one into the corner, allowing his team to get that one all the way back out into the offensive zone for the Titans. Now played across. McCurry will throw it up through center. Grabbing that puck there is Doyle, and brought in offside, so more penalty time killed and a face-off that comes outside the zone for the Junior Canadiens.
An effective play there from the defenders on the zone entry. They cut things out and they force the offside. It slows down the pace, allows for a line change. We're going to see Denver Barkey and Alex Weiermair, two guys who can play both on the power play and on the penalty kill here.
They will very frequently be on the power play, as that's a line that Dave Denizio, or Darcy Tucker I should say, really likes to go to. Right back out in front. It was a centering pass. Dave Denizio, the coach of the Junior Canadiens. The puck is played down low and gloved by Ethan Kowatsch.
Cheeky little play there along the wall. We saw that puck bounce up and then it was deflected towards the net.
So now it's Carey Terrence who's going to come on for, looks like Barkey, to give at least one set of fresh legs for the Titans. They have 48 seconds to kill on this power play for the Junior Canadiens. Carson Rehkopf is right in front. Now he's back once again. Easy pad save there for Kowatsch, as there was no one in front. In the corner now. And falling on the puck was one of the players in the corner, so it's going to be a whistle.
Yeah, and about 30 seconds left on this man advantage. I think the draw is going to come outside of the zone. Yep, the referee is going to usher the players over towards the Titans' side of center ice. They'll be taken outside of the blue line, so it's an effective draw for them because, limits the amount of time that they're going to have to kill the penalty in their own zone.
Pierrick, Guo, Rehkopf, Pinelli out on this power play for the Junior Canadiens. Rehkopf trying to work it into the zone. Can't quite do it. It's dumped right back out. Nice job by the Titans on this penalty kill so far. Guo plays it up the boards. A little too far for his man, and it's going to be pounded back in by Zuchet once again, who's penalty killing with Weiermair in the zone right now. Puck whipped out through the middle. Pinelli dumps that one in. Played through center. That's going to do it here for the power play for the Junior Canadiens. Not much going on there. Carson Rehkopf still on the ice. Backhands a puck into the zone. And delivers a hit down low. But the puck is cleared out through center ice. And negating that icing is a forward for the Toronto Titans. Battle for it down low. Denver Barkey was in there. Now it's taken the other way. Frankie Bruno out there. Grabs the puck. Has it on the wing. Flips that puck up the boards. Passes. Just going to be deflected into the corner by Branton, but it's right to Denver Barkey there in front, who's out there with Robinson. Barkey. Down low for Robinson. That one's just too far for him, and the puck is going to be thrown through the center part of the offensive zone, but now comes out. Junior Canadiens with a bit of pressure. Frankie Bruno trying to create some havoc in the offensive zone and forecheck, but can't quite keep it in. Cho delivers a hit along the boards, holds the puck in. Now he'll retreat back to his defensive position. Luke Malkasian out there as well. Bruno is going to hop off the ice. Get a fresh set of legs out there. Cho plays it across to his defense partner. Turned over right in the middle, though. Kane Tucker it was, intercepting that pass. Puck is flipped up the boards. Into the corner and all the way down the ice. Maybe an icing.
And one last chance here, an offensive zone draw coming up for the Toronto Titans. For the Junior Canadiens. And, not a lot of time here to get a play going, but if you can set something up, it'll be... looks like the draw is going to come back towards the side of center ice for the Junior Canadiens. My apologies, but not a ton of time here to get a play going, so maybe they'll just look to run the clock out for the rest of this first period.
Yeah, either way, 8 seconds, and... it's taken a while to get this puck dropped, but when it is, the Junior Canadiens will have a 1-0 lead heading to the locker room. And a Junior Canadiens team who, they gave up a few penalties, they had a few power plays, but overall, I think Dave Denizio will be pretty happy with the team's performance so far in this first.
Yeah, and you exit with a 1-0 lead through one period of play, and I can't really say that either team has had more sustained pressure than the other. Obviously, we see the power play opportunities in favor of the Junior Canadiens, but they didn't convert. That shot from Luca Pinelli, man, an absolute ripper. Nothing that Ethan Kowatsch could do there, but there's been very little separation between these two teams.
And we're underway here in the second period. Puck is dropped, face-off won by the Toronto Titans, who dumped that one all the way past behind the net of Josh Branton. Puck thrown up through the middle. Big collision in center ice. Sema was a part of that one, and it was a breakaway stretch, but it's offside. Well, the offensive pressure is just going to keep coming from this Junior Canadiens team if you let them, and a goal maybe for the Toronto Titans this period is stay out of the penalty box. You don't want to be setting up Carson Rehkopf on that one-time pass on the power play. That's deadly, and that one's tipped in front of the net. Was it Weiermair on the tip? Went past Josh Branton, and the Titans have leveled it at 1.
And on the entry, the play comes right back to Big James Petrovsky along the blue line. He throws that thing on, and it looks like Weiermair just gets a piece of it and knocks it down. Branton, not much you're going to do about that one. We'll see it again right here. Throws it on, and right there, yep, it changes direction, heads straight down. Branton does his best as he's sliding over to his left to reach out on the right side, but it's by him, and just like that, we're tied at 1.
That goal right there is a staple of the Titans. They're so good at tipping those pucks in front of the net, and they do it once again. We've seen on numerous occasions, especially that line. Sometimes it's Kane Tucker playing on that line. Sometimes it's Mitchell Brooks. This time it's Weiermair on the shot from Petrovsky. And that is exactly what they're going to try and do to Josh Branton, who's a strong goalie. And if you have a shot that's going straight to the net, it's probably going to be able to put some leather on it as the Junior Canadiens try to break out of the zone. Big hit there. McKerry is upended. Throwing back the other way. Carey Terrence trying to work that puck in, but Carson Rehkopf will take advantage of that bouncing puck, bring it back, right back the other way for himself. A shot ripped high and wide there of Ethan Kowatsch. Finn Harding will try and hold the point. Can't quite do it as the puck escapes the zone and goes back the other way for the Toronto Titans. Throwing back down low, backhand pass. But that one's going to get by everyone, and it's picked up at center ice by Luke Malkasian. Now it's thrown down low. Puck behind the net as the Junior Canadiens break out from their own zone, try and get something through the middle of the ice. Kowatsch will watch that pass from Petrovsky go all the way back up the ice. Picked up now by Finn Harding. Throwing back through center. And poked over the blue line by the Junior Canadiens, trying to hold it in. Can't do it for long, though, as it's taken back by the Titans, looking for some offense. Just about turned over. Battle for it at the boards. 4 Junior Canadiens were in there. And they still can't get it out as it's played D to D into the corner now. Throwing back around, Malkasian will try and dump that one all the way down the ice, and he will do it. Gedney throwing that one in all the way down the ice, and not enough for an icing. Throwing right back out in front as it looked like it was going to be an icing. Now one comes back, and Branton makes a pad save and a penalty coming up. But that all started because it appeared to be an icing, but good hustle from the Titans. They beat it out and created an offensive zone opportunity.
Yeah, and Alex Lorenzo going to be headed to the box. He hauled down his man. Looked like Ethan Robinson coming into the zone. I mean, you credit the Titans the way that they've started this second period because they've really clogged up the lanes, whether that be on the boards or out in front of the net. They've been able to, they executed the signature play, Petrovsky throwing it on, and that only works if there's bodies in front. They've done that effectively so far, and now they're going to have a chance on the power play.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a big clapper from Petrovsky. It's just exactly what he did. He throws one on net. He's clearly looking for the tip, and that's what he got. And you got some guys in front of the net, Downey, Barkey, Weiermair, Brooks. The list goes on of guys who got great hands down there and can tip pucks very well, which I think might be a bit of an underrated part of the game today, but they're able to do it. They do a fantastic job of it. Throwing back out. Power play now for the Titans as they try and get set up in the zone of the Junior Canadiens. Branton watches that one go around behind him. Christian McCary out there to try and help kill this penalty. Puck is thrown in. Down low. Controlled by the Junior Canadiens, and that is because the Titans were offside. So the face-off will be... I think it was an icing call. Against the team with 5 men on the ice. The Toronto Titans. So they're going to have to break out of their own zone before they can get something set up with 1:17 to go in the power play. Shots are 7-5 in favor of the Junior Canadiens to this point. And power plays definitely helped that number. Gedney loses one in the corner, picked up by a Junior Canadian once again. Trying to play that one back out in front is Carson Rehkopf. And it's played back through center. Kane Tucker plays that one across the blue line, now gets it back. Kane Tucker drops that one off. Down low now. And it's worked around once again. Tucker now throws it back to the point. Siciliano looking for a centering pass to Gedney in front. And Branton got over there and made the save.
Branton read that the whole way across, sliding to his right, made himself big, took away the angle, and covered up the shot without a rebound.
So 40 seconds to go in the power play. 1-1 game. Alex Weiermair evening this game up. Good opportunity now, though, for the Titans to try and get a lead against a strong team in the Toronto Junior Canadiens, one of the best in the GTHL. This face-off is going to be dropped once again. Romani is out there killing the penalty now. Romani, Malkasian, Cho, and Harding. Shot there. Branton, and he had some trouble with it, but it was able to gobble it up.
Yeah, and it's important. You're going to control those rebounds. It got away from him a little bit, but Brooks causing some havoc in front of that. Branton jumped on that one quickly.
So a face-off will be to his left with 32 seconds to go on the power play. Romani trying to win that draw, can't quite do it. Denver Barkey's going to play that one back to the point, and Petrovsky circled back around there by Gilmore. At the boards now, Barkey played it into the corner. Now it's all the way back around and outside the zone, so that's pretty much going to do it for the power play for the Toronto Titans. Junior Canadiens are going to be able to kill it off, as now they're stuck behind their own net as Malkasian is hemming them in their own zone. Finally, Gilmore is able to get out of the zone, play it across through center ice. Rehkopf cuts him off. Now it's thrown back in once again. Looks like icing is going to be negated. No, it's not, as Ethan Kowatsch will give that a look. So the face-off will come all the way back in, down into the zone, and the Toronto Titans have actually looked better 5-on-5 on the power play, they've been really kept to the outside a lot.
Yeah, and maybe that's credit to the junior Canadiens and the specialists they put out on the penalty kill, but that's not to say that the players they've got, as Branton makes a nice save there on a chance in front of his own net, not to say that those players are incapable of playing 5-on-5 or playing on the power play, because there's a lot of pieces on this junior Canadiens team that are interchangeable. We see Wilson on the ice right now. He can play on the power play, usually on the second unit. There's a lot of guys in this lineup that can move up or down according to the situation.
Yeah, we don't always see Christian McCurry playing on the power play for the junior Canadiens. He's out there again. He's played a lot this game, actually. He played well, and especially in his defensive end, as McCurry is going to flip that one up at center ice, but it's held in. Down low once again. Junior Canadiens having trouble getting out of their own zone. Both teams, I guess, with a bit of a similar problem this game as Rehkopf has it at center, throws it across. And getting decked there by Frankie Bruno was Robinson as a shot. It goes just wide. Now it's right back in front of Josh Branton. Tipped in front of the net. That one's going to be shoveled just wide and thrown to the corner now. McCurry getting that one out of harm's way. Shot, that one just goes wide. Downey on the rebound, and Branton comes across and makes the save.
Off of the bounce, Branton wasn't sure where that puck was going, but he noticed it before any trouble could be caused. And it's really the MO of this Toronto Titans team to just cause havoc, whether that be throwing bodies in front of the net, throwing pucks on net, jamming away with sticks, second chance opportunities, battling it out in the corners. They're a fun team to watch because of how hard they work every single shift.
Luke McNamara comes in to take the draw, wins it straight back. Puck is thrown around. Zane Perrick plays it up. Outlet pass now. McNamara trying to cut his way through center. Stayed on side, but circled back anyway. Puck played in the Titans zone. Now it's brought back out through center once again. Breaking in. Back to the point now. Shot on. That one's tipped just high and wide of Branton. Puck on the back of the net. Throwing back around to the point. Koukouves creating a screen in front of the net. Now it comes right back out in front, and Branton is just going to grab that one with the blocker. As wide shots coming off the end boards have been a bit of a problem for the junior Canadiens, but Branton's been up to the task.
Yeah, and it looks like James Guo here going to be spending some time in the penalty box. The referee determined he had slashed his man in front of the net, and that's something that we've looked at from James Guo before. It's his tendency to use the stick instead of his body. He's got a big frame, but he doesn't always opt to throw his weight around, and as we see right there, sometimes that can lead to some stick infractions. Now the junior Canadiens are going to have to kill a penalty.
Luca Pinelli out there with Finn Harding, Anthony Romani, and face-off is won by, should be Alex Weiermair there. Yeah, it is Weiermair. Taking that one down low, throwing it around. Denver Barkey has it. Barkey looking for a man to pass to, creates a little bit of space for himself. Now he throws it down low. Weiermair. Below the goal line, Gedney has it now. And bringing it back out is Luca Pinelli, breaking his way through center, and a nice play to get that back there by Denver Barkey as he brings it back into the offensive zone. Barkey right across there. Shot. That one's just wide of the net. Thrown all the way back out through center, and the offensive power play unit is going to have to retrieve that one. Dante Siciliano throws it up the boards, playing the point on the power play. Puck is played through center now. Carey Terrence fires a shot. That one's just wide of the net. Brooks was in front as well. Throwing back down low. Brooks is going to chase that one into the corner. Strong strides to go pick that one up, beat his man there. Brooks throwing that one back to the point now. In front is Koukouves. Played there right to him. Koukouves just about got that. Another shot just blocked in front of the net. Might have been Finn Harding getting in the way of that one. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Turned back the other way by James Petrovsky, who quickly plays it back through center all the way down the ice, though, and that's going to be an icing.
And that's not what you want to do on the power play. It's icing the puck is to put yourself at a disadvantage because the same players that were just out, maybe working on a power play, moving it around the offensive zone, now have to win a draw in their own zone and move the puck back up the ice. And usually that means that once you get it over center, you look for a change for at least some of the guys on the line.
There's Carey Terrence to take the draw, wins the draw. Skating it now behind his own net, past Petrovsky, drops it off for James Petrovsky. Carey Terrence gets it back. Plays it up through center, playing give and go with Petrovsky. Worked into the zone. Backhand pass in front. Sneaks through a goal. I think it was Downey on the shot. 2-1 for the Titans. What a pass there.
I'm not sure if Branton ever saw that one. The low to high play. This is a nice little rush here. We're gonna see streaks in a nice little backhand pass, and Branton looks like he thought he had it. Maybe he was able to trap it, but through both defenders there is Wilson and McKerry. We're both sent through a loop. Nice little goal by Downey. Is able to sneak it through Branton as he sprawls to his right. The goal on the power play, and now the Titans have a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, Branton will probably want to have that one back. As Kowatsch is going to save that one. But he's played well in this game up until this point. The Titans have certainly had quite a bit of pressure, and if that goal didn't happen there, it's been coming.
Yeah, and he's maintained strong, and I think he's taken away some really good opportunities from the Titans. They've been putting the puck on net in some dangerous areas. I mean, so a tip and one that gets through him, so maybe one of those he could have done better on, but one of the other ones he doesn't really see. And for his credit, that second goal I don't think he sees until it pretty much hits him in the chest. So it's not Branton's fault for really either of those goals, but the Titans love to put the puck on net, and they like to create havoc, and that's what they've been doing.
Wilson battling for that puck in the corner, and his defense partner Perrick in there as well. I know that's Sima behind the net. Sima loses that puck, flipped all the way around, and kept in at the line. Rehkopf out there, shot. That one's just going to go wide. Played up the boards now, little backhand outlet pass, and the Titans are away into the offensive zone. Throwing across, shot there, Branton, a big save. James Petrovsky picks it up, keeping the pressure on, and a big hit laid out there in the middle of the ice. Back the other way, that one's going to go behind the net. Luke McNamara was chasing that. So it's 2-1 Titans. 5:51 to go here in the second period. And if you're the Titans right now, you got to be happy. Beating one of the best teams in the GTHL, a team that has only lost one game this entire season. We're just about halfway through.
Yeah, but you were the team to hand them that loss, and it's going to get a little bit more tough as the referee indicated a tripping call against the Titans. That's why the draw happening on the right side of Ethan Kowatsch.
So power play for the Junior Canadiens, and they are dangerous on this power play. A lot of skill. Puck is played down low now, throwing back out. Doyle trying to battle for that one at the line. Behind the net now, arm of the referee is up. Oh, and a bit of a scuffle here. Someone's going to get picked out of this.
Yeah, and we'll see if it's one man from each side after the extracurricular activities. Looks like a 5-on-3 coming up as Rehkopf is being ushered towards the penalty box. So the Junior Canadiens, we've seen before how effective they can be. Referee indicating cross-checking there. And the Junior Canadiens really run a lot of this 5-on-3 power play. We've seen it before through Carson Rehkopf. He sets himself up in the middle, makes himself available, and he likes to take a lot of shots. And we'll see how effective the Titans can be at clearing the puck.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I can't believe Carson Rehkopf isn't out there right now, but I'll bet you he makes an appearance with 1:33 to go in this two-man advantage. Played across, controlled at the point. Zuchet down low, right to the middle, centering pass. That one got by Romani. To the point. Guo plays it down low. Romani looking for that one again. Nice job by Kowatsch to deflect that one high. Still 5-on-3. Zuchet, Terrence, Gedney out there. That one's just going to go wide. Romani has it in the corner. Now plays it up to the point. Down low again. Romani again. And that one's going to go Plocker's side. Kicked off the net. Luke McNamara has it. Plays it across to Romani. McNamara will assume his position on the left side. Thrown across and a goal. What a shot there by McNamara. He went across to Romani 3 times in a row. This time rips it high. What a shot.
Yeah, and maybe caught Gedney and Kowatsch sleeping, because you can see both guys almost commit to the pass before the pass is even made. We're going to see this again. Streaks in, takes 2 steps, a couple stick handles, and all that Kowatsch saw was the puck whiz right by his ear. He picked the one spot that he could have. A really, really strong shot there from McNamara. That's the potential that people have been talking about since he was 9-10 years old. This kid has the ability to be one of the stronger players at the next level. Maybe his stock isn't as high as it had been in previous years, but he shows right there why people still believe that he could be a top 60 player in the upcoming OHL draft.
Yeah, what a shot. I don't even think Toronto really did anything, or the Titans didn't do anything wrong on that power play. That's just a deadly shot there from Luke McNamara as Malkazian chases that one behind the net. Trying to win a battle there with Zuchet. Coming in there is his teammate, Lorenza. Played back to the point now. Lorenza has it down low, trying to feed someone out front. Pinelli is out there with him. Played back to the point now. Thrown across, D to D. Malkazian set up in the middle. Lorenza has it now. Throws it across. Shot there, and looking for the tip was McNamara, and it's poked away. Or that's Lorenza in front of the net. Lorenza has it once again. Throws it all the way around. Across the boards. Now here comes a chance the other way for the Titans. Trying to beat this puck down, and Branton's just going to step out of his net and play that one into the corner. Guo is out there as well. Number 17 for the Junior Canadiens. Guo now going to have to defend a rush coming the other way from the Titans. Puck is played around. Throwing back down. To the point. Slap shot. Big blocker save there from Branton. Another one on. Pad save by Branton. Bit of pressure now. Net is empty. Delayed penalty coming up. But possession is being controlled right now by the Titans. Throwing back up top. Now it's going to come all the way into the zone. They'll have another chance to reset with 6 skaters on 5. Throwing across and breaking into the offensive zone. Now it's going to be touched up, but no possession. Brooks playing it into the corner all the way back around behind the net. Reversing that one down low. Right back out in front. Branton is saved. Another one up high. Branton, 2 big saves. Kerry Terrence will backhand that one, and now finally touched up by a Junior Canadian, and they're going to get a power play.
And they worked with almost 2 minutes with the man advantage with Kowatsch sitting on the bench. They had the extra attacker out there, and now we're going to see a man ushered into the penalty box. It's unclear who that was, but regardless, the Toronto Titans are going to continue that pressure here. They had a nice little run of play, being able to work the puck around. It might have been McNamara spending some time in the box now, but regardless, the Titans are going to try to crack open this game and take a 3-2 lead.
Slap shot from the point. That one's blocked and brought all the way back down the ice. Frankie Bruno pressuring there. Now it's throwing back down low once again. This is right where the Titans want to be, but it's brought out again. Offensive opportunity now for the Junior Canadiens, and Kowatsch is just going to have to cover that one up with Bruno on the doorstep. And the Toronto Junior Canadiens just keep giving opportunities for this line. And how impressive has the power play unit been for the Titans so far this game?
Yeah, it's been impressive. They've worked the puck around. We've seen them convert once already, but one of the issues that they've run into is icing the puck on the power play.
Yeah, that is a problem as they try and break this one back in, get some more sustained pressure. When they can find Petrovsky at the point, that's the key, because they can find that tip in front of the net. Now they have him. Petrovsky throws it down low. A battle for it in the corner. Trying to get it back to Petrovsky. Titans will keep possession, throwing it down low, back around behind the net. To the point. Petrovsky has that one come just outside the zone. 1 minute to go in the power play. Carrying it in is Gilmore. Throwing it across. Gilmore gets it back. Tries to fire one on. That one's deflected. That's going to go wide. And chipped all the way out once again by the Junior Canadiens. Nothing going on so far in this power play. for the Toronto Titans at least. Carson McGuire waiting for a pass in the zone. Now it's broken in. Working behind the net. Branton saw that one all the way, and it comes back out again for the Junior Canadiens, who have done a stellar job of killing off this penalty so far. Guo is going to race onto the ice. Here comes an odd man rush. Shot there. Branton makes the save. Rebound in front of the net. Carson McGuire couldn't quite get to that one in time. That's all the way back down the ice. Ethan Kowatsch will play it behind his own net. Now find Petrovsky, who throws it up, but the power play is over. 5-on-5 hockey. 2-2 game, 20 seconds to go. Right back out in front as Carey Terrence played that one just wide, or it was Downey in front of the net. Now Downey finds it down low. Looking for someone to pass to. Passes cut off in front of the net by Guo. Played across the red line and chipped in, but not all the way in, as the Junior Canadiens keep possession in their own zone, and Ethan Kowatsch will grab that puck, and the horn will sound. So 2-2 after the second period. Shots of 14-10 in favor of the Toronto Titans, who, I mean, this game is tied, but they have the Junior Canadiens where they want them.
Yep, and the only issue that's come on the power play for them so far has been icing the puck, but if they can iron that out, the Junior Canadiens have the tendency to take a few more penalties than some of the other teams in the league, them and the Marlies, right up there in terms of taking penalties against, but, you know, it works out when your power play is as effective as theirs is. You know, it hasn't been one way or the other necessarily. We mentioned that the Junior Canadiens coming into this game had a long undefeated stretch, a lot of wins and a couple ties in that stretch of play, but the one team to hand them the loss before that was the Toronto Titans, and it looks like that so far. Both teams pretty much deadlocked here through two periods, but some time to get a flood and some fresh legs will be out on the ice for the third period. We'll see where this one goes.
How about that shot from Luke McNamara?
Oh, what is there to say? I mean, picks the corner that's almost impossible to pick. It takes hours and hours of practice to be able to get that shot right into that corner, especially at that angle. I mean, he's right along the red line. It's hard enough to do. We saw a great shot to start the game from Luca Pinelli picking one corner, and then McNamara picks the other corner at a more difficult angle. Just a testament to the skill and the individual creation that this Junior Canadiens team has.
Yeah, both goals from the Junior Canadiens tonight have just been pure skill, as they both found the top corner exactly where you want to shoot it, from just about the same place on different sides of the ice. And those are the two goals the Junior Canadiens have had. And none of their goals have really come from out in front of the net, which is where you might expect to see them from the Titans, but they've done a good job kind of keeping those shots from the middle of the ice, or the high danger area.
Yeah, and that's important fundamentally, you know, and I give credit to the defensive abilities of their forward group, but also the defensive core. There have been a couple players we've seen so far, James Guo doing his part, McCary also involved, Darren Wilson as well. I mean, there's plenty of talent on that back line for this Junior Canadiens team.
As the play is picked up and called offside once again. Yeah, how about the defense for the Titans as well, too, though? Gilmore and Gedney, Petrovsky, nothing is getting to the front of the net for the Junior Canadiens.
Yeah, and they've done well as well. I mean, just, again, you mentioned that these teams, they were so close when they had played each other the first time. The Titans were able to edge out the win, and it's been obvious so far through two periods just how deadlocked these two teams really are, and I expect them to finish, I mean, probably within a couple of points, maybe 1 or 2 points within each other at the end of the season. That's how well they play each other.
Pinelli has that puck go past him. Icing is up for debate and called against the Junior Canadiens. Two-two game in the third. Still lots of time for this game to go either way. Pinelli tries to push that draw forward. Now it's thrown back behind the net. Robinson checking his man in the corner, reverse down low. Pinelli looking for someone to pass to, flips it up through center ice. That one's going to go all the way down the ice. Another icing call against the Junior Canadiens, and you don't like to see plays like that flipped up through the middle, because You got some tired legs out there. You can't get a change. And boy, they have enough skill to carry that puck through the zone every time, you almost feel like.
And there are two options. Either you ice the puck or you end up giving it away before it even clears the zone, and neither of those are what you want to see if you're head coach Dave Denizio.
Christian McCurry plays that one up through center, all the way down the ice once again. No icing this time as it's played back around from behind the net, but it's going to be picked up easily there by Kane Tucker, who throws it up through center ice. Luke McNamara will pick that one off and bring it back the other way. Here come the Junior Canadiens again, cutting to the middle end. A good defensive play there by Zuchet. Played back once again, that one just goes wide. Don't think Kowatsch saw that shot at all. Played down low. And brought all the way back out once again. Wilson's just going to fire that one in. Right at Rehkopf, but it gets past him. Rehkopf will chase it down in his own zone. Pinelli right back out in front of the net, and Luke McNamara was there. No one saw it except Ethan Kowatsch, who pounced on it.
McNamara and Denver Barkey getting into it. Barkey, haven't called his name a ton in this game. He's always one of the smallest players on the ice when he's out there, but he does create a lot of havoc both in front of his own net because despite his stature, he's able to push guys off the puck. He works underneath their sticks, and when he's in front of the opposing net, he's able to set up screens and tip pucks home.
Dante Siciliano rings that one around the boards, gets it all the way out to center ice. Picked up by the Canadiens. In their own zone, trying to get it back in. Frankie Bruno. Down low. Gilmore. Throws it off the knee of his teammate. Now it's brought back right back in front to the middle. Falling there. Carey Terrence will poke that one ahead. Mitchell Brooks is on it. Puck is chipped back in. Brooks, and that one's going to go all the way down the ice. Could be another icing, and it will be.
And the pace of this third period, different from the first two. We've seen goals in both of the first two periods so far. Nothing yet, still very early on, but quite a few icings to start this third and final frame. And if this game does end up being tied after this third period, there are no overtimes, so a tie will end up in the record books, but still plenty of time here to see some goals from either side.
Dante Siciliano whips that one up the boards again, and he ices it again. Two icings in a row there from Siciliano, and this is an opportunity now for the Junior Canadiens to take advantage of some tired legs, and they're going to bring the top guys out there.
Yeah, no reason not to. Want to capitalize on this early opportunity with some tired players out there wearing yellow sweaters.
Terrence, Barkey, Downey, the forwards for them. Gedney as well. Puck is thrown through center. Right back the other way. Offensive zone rush for, well, the Toronto Titans. Back the other way. Wide open net. Right to the front. Rehkopf finishes it off. What a goal there. And it's 3-2 Junior Canadiens.
And credit the patience of Luke Malkasian there. He receives the initial pass from Rehkopf coming across the seam. You see right there, but he waits out his man and perfectly picks out Rehkopf. Going to slow it down a couple stick handles. I mean, if you're Rehkopf there, there's more questions if you don't put that thing away. We had mentioned that the play had been back and forth and still plenty of time to score a goal. I think Rehkopf was listening to me as he gives his team the 3-2 lead, but a lot of time left to play in this third, and both of these teams evenly matched. We'll see where it goes.
Pretty nice pass there from Luke Malkasian, too. He had to hit Carson Rehkopf in the tape, and he nailed it. Right on. Rehkopf finishes it off. He'll never miss that chance in front of the net, but Malkasian, a good job to make the extra pass there. Very smart play as the puck is dumped in again. Junior Canadiens now, they have a responsibility to try and keep this game at least at a 1-goal lead for them by the time this thing is over. Finn Harding, he'll be a big part of that. Plays it out through center ice. Turned right back in by the Toronto Titans. Played across now, throwing behind the net. And back out through center come the Junior Canadiens. Rehkopf is on it, the latest goal scorer for them. Rehkopf trying to work his way to the middle. Now he reverses one right back out in front. Could have been a pad save there by Kowatsch, but it hit the side of the net. Flipped through center. Chasing it into the offensive zone is the offensive player there for the Toronto Titans. Dumped back once again. Barkey trying to hold that one at the line, and he's going to be able to do so as he backhands that one down low. That was Kane Tucker keeping that one in. Koukouves out there as well. Back the other way. 2-on-1 for the Junior Canadiens again. Pass to the middle. Good defensive play. And that was Rehkopf on that one. Throwing around. Kowatsch was going to pick that one off, but now it's back the other way again. Junior Canadiens with an opportunity right out in front, and Kowatsch didn't have to make the save because the pass was intercepted or tipped at least enough to prevent that 3-on-1 opportunity. 10 minutes to go here in the third period. And the Toronto Titans, after looking good early on, now have a pretty tall task ahead of them to get by the strong defense of the Junior Canadiens.
Yeah, you mentioned the defense, but Josh Branton, he's been on his game in this one as well. The shots not necessarily in one team's favor. It was a big save by Kowatsch, but, I mean, both goaltenders have been strong in this one so far. Still a lot of time left to play, though, and maybe one falters a little bit more than the other.
Carey Terrence carrying that one back the other way. Now it's played down low. Back out to the point, and that one's going to come all the way back down. Throwing across, D to D. Rehkopf finds his partner. Now he throws it back up through center. Downey trying to play that one to the middle. Carey Terrence whipping that one out in front, but it's shoved away there by Darren Wilson. Battle for it at the side of the net. Branton will just push that one behind. Romani in there. Now it's played back across, losing that one on the defensive side of things. Tips in front of the net by Denver Barkey as it's flipped up in the air, and it's going to come all the way back down outside the zone. Well, the Titans are not done yet, still applying some offensive pressure with 9 minutes to go here in this third period. Koukouves turns that one down low. Right back out in front, and it squeaks through. Goal there by Edward Downey, and we're tied at 3.
How about the tenacity from Barkey? He notices the play is going to come back down around, and he almost walks his man James Guo out of position and then slides it back in across. Edward Downey makes no mistake, and it's another goal that maybe Branton's going to want to have back. It sneaks through the pads, and it's the second goal that he's had leak through him in this one. Just like that, we're tied back up at 3. 9 minutes left to play. A great play from Denver Barkey there to walk around the net and set his teammate up there.
Okay, here we go. Game on here in the third period. 8 minutes to go as the puck is played wide. Kowatsch will just dump that one off for Siciliano, who will try and play that one through center. Can't quite do it. Held in at the line. Possession now with the Junior Canadiens as they elect to drop back. Kowatsch out of his net to pick that one up behind. And Siciliano will play that one around the boards. Getting it back out once again. Pressure here from the Junior Canadiens. Pad save right to the corner there by Kowatsch. Played down low. Big pad save once again by Kowatsch. Might have went off the shin guard there maybe of Downey. Played back out through center. Here come the Titans again. But it's picked off by the Junior Canadiens. Good defensive play. Puck is thrown around and right through the center ice area. Big hit laid down there. Titans taking possession again. Putting it into the offensive zone. Throwing through center. Good play there to break it up by the long stick of Petrovsky and a whistle. I mean, what's the key to this game right now? Tied 3-3. How do you win this game?
It's going to be tough. I mean, both coaches are probably going to rely on their high-impact players. I expect Denver Barkey to play a lot of this last 8 minutes. And on the other side, Carson Rehkopf and Luca Pinelli are probably going to do the same thing for the Junior Canadiens. Ooh.
Cutting right to the middle was, as you speak, Rehkopf. And he just about got that one by Kowatsch, and Rehkopf fires a shot. Kowatsch, the save. Is there anyone that stood out to you this game as being particularly impressive as we approach the OHL draft?
I mean, we mentioned him a couple times already, but Denver Barkey, I'll make my point again. He's a smaller player, but, you know, he's tremendously effective regardless of where you use him. He's got a really good bit of speed. He's got good hands. He's a smart player, too, as we saw him moving around the net, knew where the play was going to be, and then fed his teammate out in front.
Puck is flipped up down the ice, all the way down the ice. And an icing call. That's going to go, looks like against the Titans. So face-off will be an offensive zone draw in favor of the Junior Canadiens. Tied 3-3. 7:31 to go in the third. What a game we've been treating to so far. Still lots of time to play. Puck is chipped down. Branton sees that one go behind his own net. Backhand pass to the middle. Weiermair. And is this going to be a penalty? And is it going to be against the Junior Canadiens?
Well, I'm not sure. Weiermair, as he came around the net, might have been obstructed. And yeah, it looks like the referee agrees with that sentiment. Weiermair is able to draw the call. Might be Harding spending time in the box. It will be. He'll have 2 minutes or less to think about what he did. And that means that the Toronto Titans are going to have an opportunity with 7 minutes and 20 seconds left to try to sneak another one past Branton, who, after, a really strong start, he's had a couple of saves that maybe or a couple shots against that maybe you'd like to have back.
Going across ice. Yeah, I think Finn Harden's probably going to be thinking, I wish I was out on that penalty kill, because that is one of his strong suits.
Well, I mean, yeah, and you mentioned one of his strong suits. It's hard to find a player on this Junior Canadiens team who isn't suited to play at pretty much any style. 5-on-5, up a man, down a man, doesn't really matter. They've all got enough talent to do it all.
All right, possession controlled now by the Titans. Barkey working it in the corner. Has it down low. Barkey plays it right back out in front. Battle for it behind the net. Carey Terrence. Brooks. Petrovsky. Down low, Terrence. Back to Petrovsky. Along to his defense partner, Gilmore. Petrovsky fires a shot. Rebound in front. Loose in the blue paint and swatted away by Branton. Out in front once again. Petrovsky at the point to Barkey. Barkey centers the puck. Right out in front. Rebound. Scores! Right on the doorstep. It's Denver. Barkey. And it's 4-3 Titans. I am really excited to see how the Junior Canadiens can respond to this. This is some adversity that they haven't seen in, well, over 2 months. Having a chance to lose a game to the Titans, the Toronto Titans, and that's the only team that's beat them this year. So what an interesting development this is. Throwing in front. Backhanded, but blocked in front of the net. Gedney, good defensive play. The Titans are going to try and hold on here against the Junior Canadiens. Throwing back around. Carson McGuire has in the corner. Still has a chance. Throwing back down low. Zane Perrick was upended. Now he's going to play it out through center ice. Or at least try to. Titans keeping pressure in the offensive zone. That's exactly where they want to be at this point in the hockey game. 5:24 to go. Puck played around the boards now. In the corner. Played up and flipped in the air. Chipped away. Throwing up the wing. Junior Canadiens just can't seem to get possession of the puck. Now they do. Trying to get their way to the offensive zone. Guo has it. Guo puts it across to his defense partner. Outlet pass. Junior Canadiens are away. Through center. But they're going to go offside. So winding back into his own zone is Carson Rehkopf. Now the puck is moved back northward for the Junior Canadiens. Tied up the boards. Finally getting some pressure in the offensive zone and put down low. Good chance to clear now for the Toronto Titans. Petrovsky fires that one up the wing. Doesn't quite get out. Malkasian has it. Malkasian flips that one into the corner. Petrovsky's going to get onto that one again. Throws it all the way around. Gilmore can't quite keep that one in. Petrovsky fires it up the boards. Flipped through center. Here comes a chance, and it's just a backhand that goes wide. Brooks had an opportunity there. Throwing down low. Possession still with the Titans. They're just trying to grind out this game. Time winding down. 3:49 to go in the third. Brooks is out there. Barkey is out there, and Weiermair. Puck flipped up in the air, and that one's going to go over the glass. If you're the Titans right now, what's the game plan? Do you go for another one? Do you try and grind out this game?
Well, it'll be interesting because at some point, if the score remains the same, if we get down to a minute or less, Josh Branton will probably be watching the rest of the game from the bench, as the Junior Canadiens might opt for an extra attacker. But, you got to remember that it's not just a team game. These kids are trying to get drafted and put on a show. And that means that every goal, every assist, that matters to scouts, because it displays, at least at face value, the point total at the end of the year. So you expect that they're going to try to keep pushing, but you don't want to take any unnecessary risks.
Well, they're in the offensive zone now, throwing right to the middle, and this is an interesting call here, as Branton kicks the net off, but he did make the save.
Yeah, and as he went to his left, he pushed off of the post, and to his credit, he did stop the puck from going over the line, even though there was no net for the puck to reside in at the end of the day. But that's a really nice play from him. It shows how strong he is moving on his edges. And now the referees are going to have a conversation with Coach Dave Denizio, because it is possible that could be called a delay of game, although I don't think that Branton meant to do that. He was just trying to stop the puck. And I wonder if they're going to send a man in a red sweater to spend 2 minutes in the box. The referee's having a conversation with Branton right now, probably illustrating that in this scenario of the game, it's all right that he did it once, but maybe try not to do it again. I'm not sure. It looks like a red sweater might be going over to the penalty box. This might be a 2-minute power play for the Toronto Titans, up by 1 goal with 3 minutes left. Wow, what a call that is.
Yeah, I really don't think Branton meant to push that one off, but he did, and it had a big impact on the play, because that easily could have been a goal with cutting forward right to the net, as Barkey will center that one. That is a tough penalty for the Junior Canadiens. But I guess you could also say, on the other hand, it might have been a goal if Branton didn't do that. So let's see how this plays out. There'll still be a little bit of time for the Junior Canadiens to pull the goalie at the end of this game. They're down 4-3, but they got to kill off this penalty first. And the arm of the referee is up.
Yeah, and that was an obvious infraction in the middle of the ice. It looks like Christian McCary going to be spending some time in the box as well. Right in the middle of the ice, he goes down, and as he comes back up, he grabs hold of his man. Oh, excuse me, that's Luca Pinelli. He's had some penalty trouble in this game. I mentioned earlier the penalty possibly to McNamara was actually ended up being served by Pinelli. He's back into the box. Just a not smart play when your team is down by 1 after an unfortunate penalty call against. To do something like that and put this game in deeper jeopardy. Yep, Dave Denizio going to call a timeout and try to settle things down on the Junior Canadiens bench. This is going to be an interesting ending.
Yeah, it's certainly the Titans' game to lose now against a strong Junior Canadiens team. Okay, let's do some math here. So it's a 2-minute penalty. That means we'll have 44 seconds for the Junior Canadiens if they are able to kill off this 5-on-3. That's a big if, because the power play has been pretty good tonight.
Yeah, and even when they're not scoring, they're creating opportunities. You can see the ref going over to talk to Luca Pinelli, probably because he slammed the glass door as he entered the penalty box. Not happy with the call against him. But, I mean, as I was saying, the power play, even though they haven't scored on every opportunity, they've looked dangerous. And a lot of that comes from James Petrovsky, the leader on the back end. It's about getting the puck over the blue line and letting him set things up. You've got more than enough players on this Toronto Titans team that are capable of getting in front of the net, cutting off the sight lines for Josh Branton. And when they throw the puck on, we've seen the tip earlier on in this game from Alex Weiermair on a nice pass or a nice shot in front of the net from James Petrovsky. It's likely that they'll try to set this same play up. We see the big number 71 going to be heading up the back line as we see Barkey out there as well as Weiermair. Looks like Brooks and Carey Terrence going to be taking this 5-on-3 with 2 minutes and 44 seconds left.
All right, let's see what they do. They can rag the puck around for 2 minutes, or they can try and end this game with a goal as the puck is played down low. Barkey working his way to the middle, switching around. Looks like they're going offense here as it's played down low. Thrown back to the point. D-to-D. Petrovsky quarterbacking the power play. Denver Barkey brings it up top. Now throws it down low. Oh, they are not going offense now. This is ragging the puck around, waiting for a chance. Throwing back once again. And not shooting, but the play is tied up there. And sent all the way across. Still in the zone now. Denver Barkey has possession. Barkey throws it back to the point. Clear lane to shoot. Doesn't take it. Elects just to hold on to this one. Titans are playing keep away. Now the puck's flipped all the way down the ice. Do you agree with that?
It depends. Obviously, it's up to the players on how they decide to run things out. But 5-on-3, you do have the opportunity to look for the perfect shot. And I'm not sure if, maybe every player agrees with that, but that's certainly what they're doing.
Back down low now. Weiermair battling for it in the corner. This is a big battle if they can win this one and get possession once again. Brooks, Barkey, Weiermair waiting. Brooks is going to grab it. One man's out of the box. It's Luke McNamara. So 5-on-4 power play now for 30 seconds. Puck is played down low. Petrovsky has it. Tied up at the boards. Offensive zone for the Junior Canadiens. They're really going to be pressing now. 59 seconds to go. Puck is played back through center. Now it's flipped in once again. Keep an eye on Josh Branton between the pipes. 55 seconds. He might wait for the power play to end, and then he might come to the bench. Puck is flipped in the air. Here comes Luca Pinelli. A whistle, and is that a whistle at a perfect time? Is it an offensive zone draw for the Junior Canadiens? This is big.
No, it's going to be set up on the right side of Ethan Kowatsch with just 42 seconds left to play. I think Dave Donicio is going to want possession. And we're going to get a timeout here and maybe thinking about the decision. And I expect Branton's probably going to be outside of the net the next time the camera pans down to the Junior Canadiens end. But you've got 42 seconds here. A couple of players on this Junior Canadiens team that are more than capable of putting the puck in the net with that much time left. And, I mean, we're going to see how they decide to attack this, because you have some options. Obviously, Carson Rehkopf is a guy we've talked about. He likes to play in the middle. He's very effective there. But Nicholas Sima, Luca Pinelli's out of the box. Those guys are effective down along the red line, jamming pucks home. We've seen Anthony Romani with a big shot in this game. We've seen Luke McNamara do the same thing, both players on opposite sides. So there's a plethora of options for the Junior Canadiens to go to here, but we'll see what they decide to roll out and how effective it's going to be against Ethan Kowatsch, who has played a fantastic game in this one. I think he's been great. He's covered up all the angles that he's needed to, and so far it's to the tune of a 4-3 lead for his team. But obviously you got to get rid of these last 42 seconds before you can call yourself the victor.
Yeah, it'll probably be McNamara, Rehkopf, Pinelli, maybe Sima, probably Malkasian.
James Guo going to be on that left side. That's interesting, rolling with two defensemen. As we can see on the other side, Josh Branton has exited his crease. 6 red sweaters in the Titans' end.
A lot of options for the Junior Canadiens, but they got to get possession. Puck is played up and over the glass. Where's the faceoff, though? In the zone. All right, let's see. 38 seconds to go. Big faceoff coming, and it is won by the Toronto Titans. Flip to center, not out. Can they clear the zone? Carson McGuire gets that one out through center. Time for another rush and maybe a bit of zone time. Thrown into the zone, and this should do it. Koukouves streaking to the middle, scores. That does it, 18 seconds to go. And for the second time in the season, the Toronto Titans are going to beat the Junior Canadiens and hand them their second loss of the season, and we're almost halfway through.
Yeah, the Titans have pulled off the double against the Junior Canadiens. It's interesting that these two teams share a building for home ice, so, I mean, it's the same scenario as the first game. They've beaten them here. That's a big feather in your cap. The Junior Canadiens likely to finish the season first, second, or maybe third in this league. They're a very talented team, but a 5-3 victory here for the Titans is huge because, as you mentioned, they snap a almost 2-month-long streak without a loss.
And Pinelli is going to certainly be penalized as he throws Weiermair in a headlock.
And Pinelli's had a couple of infractions in this game, and maybe the emotions getting the best of them. You got to remember that these kids are young, and you don't want to lose any game, especially after a streak like they established. But sometimes you've got to wear it. You're not always going to be the best team on the ice, and now it's about reining things in and trying to clean things up. And they're just going to end the game there to try to avoid any more penalties. And see the end of the game summary: the Titans with a 5-3 victory over the Junior Canadiens. I think one of the biggest keys were the conversion on the power play for the Titans.
Yeah, absolutely. The Titans with 2 power play goals. That's pretty much the difference, as we see Carson, Rehkopf, and Edward Downey, 2 of the goal scorers, and then it was Yianni, Koukouves who finished things off.
Yeah, and Denver Barkey with a nice little goal in his own right. And I mean, just a top-to-bottom performance from the Toronto Titans. Early on, it looked like this could have gone either way, and both teams, I think, fought valiantly. But I think the Titans probably deserve the win in this game, and that's how they come out with 5-3.
Well, yep, a 5-3 win for the Toronto Titans for the second time in the season against the Junior Canadiens. From Thomas West and Liam Crothers, thanks for tuning in to the 6 Hockey. We'll see you next time.